SEIKO Captain Willard 2020 Upgraded Diver's Watch Review. The SEIKO 6105 Diver's Turtle Watch is without doubt the world's best-selling diver's watch. A cult classic, it has even been featured on Apocalypse Now, on the wrist of none other than Captain Willard, Martin Sheen. And now, Captain Willard is back in royal form. A watch so good, it has earned the moniker King Turtle. There is a good reason why SEIKO dive watches dominate the market. They're tough, reliable, and highly professional. The kind of watch you wouldn't mind being on your wrist when you're 200 meters below the surface, or 200 kilometers in the wild. And now, the Captain is back, better and more value-packed than ever before. Overview. The new Captain Willard is actually one of the two new releases, with international market references of SPB151 and SPB153. The two are better considered as upgrades of the original model rather than recreations. For all of their toughness, the SEIKO Turtle watches were less on the durable side. They needed to be affordable enough for the general adventure-seeking customer, and SEIKO compromised on a few things to make them more affordable. Namely, poor materials made it prone to scratching and disfigurement. The new watches bring in more durable materials, more precise movement, and better watch for the money than ever before. If we're being honest, this isn't the first watch that SEIKO has produced as a tribute to the original 6105. Last year, 2019, a luxury rendition was released to cash in on drooling fans. Seduced by the nostalgia and legendary status, the range of SEIKO divers Turtle Watch enjoy. At a massive $4,000 plus price tag, the SEIKO SLA 033 8L35 movement was a true watch enthusiast's dream. Its heartbeat was the high-end 8L35, found in Grand SEIKOs, as well as the same Zaratsu high-polished and premium case materials. The lower tiers of the market can finally rest assured with the SBDC111, SPB151, and its close sibling, the SPB153. Let's see what exactly the watch has to offer. Features. Specifications. Name: SEIKO Captain Willard. Prospects Divers SBDC111 / SBD151 SPB153. Style: functional diver's watch with high vis dial, indices, and time-lapse diver's bezel. Comes in black or olive green dial for the SPB153. Dimensions: 42.7 millimeters diameter. Complications: date, time-lapse diver's bezel, stop second-hand function. Caliber: 6R35 automatic, self-manual winding, 24 joules. Power reserve: 70 hours. Accuracy: +25, -15 seconds per day. Watch face: olive green, black dial, straight sword hands, block indices, all luminous. Case: stainless steel. Bezel: ceramic. Crystal: sapphire. Strap: choice of stainless steel or rubber. Water resistance: 20 bars or 200 meters. Availability: released in July 2020, non-limited. Pricing: $1,300 for the SPB151, $1,100 for the SPB153. Aesthetics: at first glance, this certainly isn't a watch that hides well. No turtle watch from SEIKO was ever designed to be understated in any case. The SPDC111 is big and bold, with a big, thick textured bezel, large square indices, rectangular for 6, 9, and 12 o'clock positions. Line the dial, with the same block theme on the hands. I don't say this in a bad way. Rather, I say it in admiration because it is spot on the same styling feature on the original from the 70s. When you're hundreds of meters below the surface of the sea, visibility becomes a premium. This watch is less about aesthetics and more about functionality. Not that you will look bad while at it. The SEIKO Turtle range is known for its smooth curves, with an almost circular face and non-existent lugs. The crown positioned at 4 o'clock and protected with crown guards above and below is certainly a gift from the past, and one likely to draw attention at first glance. Back to the same problem of visibility. The watch also bears a liberal application of SEIKO's famous LumiBrite, which remains phosphorescent longer than any other closer competitor. Thus, whether at night or during the day, the SPB151, 153 are hard to miss. Movement: Any watch that earns the name of prospects from SEIKO must pack something serious under the hood. That becomes a problem when you're also trying to keep prices low, until you come to the 6R35 movement. This caliber is an upgrade from the famous 6R15 that has been powering all sorts of first-tier mechanical watches from SEIKO. With an upgraded power reserve of 70+ hours, it gives more reliability to the watch. Other features of the 6R35 movement are 24 joules, frequency 21,600 bph, complications, automatic bidirectional hand winding, central rotor automatic winding, hands, central hour, minute, and second hands, date window at 3 o'clock, date and quick date correction. You will notice that although it has one more joule, it beats at a slower frequency than many other 6R movements and also has few complications. These measures were taken to improve its power reserve, which we might all agree is a good step forward. Case and strap. In keeping with the pricing and intended application, the SPB151J1 is less flashy in finishing. However, the best materials allowable at pricing were used to give it a more powerful casing and extended durability. That means a stainless steel casing and strap, all finished with SEIKO's proprietary die-shock super hard casing to prevent both corrosion and disfigurement. Like with other turtle watches, the case is made bigger to provide room for cushioning the insides from mechanical shock. The 3-part stainless steel strap is comfortable, fits securely, and also features a diving extension. SEIKO's steel straps have come a long way since the days of Apocalypse Now. You will find it much more comfortable and fluid. A silicone strap option is also available for $200 less in the SPB153 variant, which many watch lovers who go out to sea more seem to prefer because of its added grip. Crystal and bezel. The original aluminum bezel, commonly found on some of the early turtles, doesn't make an appearance on this one. Instead, it features a tough, corrosion-resistant ceramic bezel with a rough mainly textured on the rim for easy unidirectional adjustment. Similarly, the original weak mineral crystal has been done away with for stronger domed sapphire. It gives the watch extra strength and looks great, in a retro kind of way. Dial, hands, and indices. What remains true to the original is the watch face, dial, hands, and indices. It features large block indices wrapped predominantly around the dial for maximum visibility. Large, straight sword hands serve the same purpose, along with their brilliant chromed edges and bright white middle. A peculiar second hand with a red circular white dot marks the tick-tocks of moving time, although this time the red and white markers are more prominent. The dial itself is mainly unremarkable, preferring to remain understated. It lacks the beautiful sunburst contrast of most other watches from SEIKO, but again, it's not about aesthetics. Pros and cons. Pros. This is definitely one for the masses. The watch is reliable, tough, and durable. SEIKO did one over and introduced magnetic shielding for the two watches, which means they are better able to withstand environmental factors. This also helps them improve the accuracy during the day. The watch also remains much more true to the original than the fancier SLA-033, released last year. It reflects the same ethos or practical functionality available to all. For those that love to revel in history, this one will take the cake. The few additional upgrades in movement and materials make this a watch to look out for. Not just for practical uses, but also for SEIKO lovers and watch collectors. Cons. There's not much wrong with the watch, unless you really want to start splitting hairs. I do have a few purely subjective grudges against it. Namely, the silicone strap looks and feels cheap. Even though it's incredibly tough and comfortable, I'd go for the steel bracelet, despite the added cost. The green version looks drab, even for military lads. Again, I prefer the pricier black dial version. It also offers more contrast. The fact that it tries to cover both vintage enthusiast and practical modern user markets means it doesn't really fit into any. Apart from these two scruples, I think I'm now ready to give my verdict. Verdict. The SEIKO SPB151 is a standard production watch designed for practical, day-to-day wear, same as its brother. It's a watch that you can easily imagine military and paramilitary folks wearing. not to mention those who prefer to work with their hands. The pricing of this particular duo is definitely its best attraction. You get much more watch for your dollar than you would with any other brand. It's what you'd call a typical SEIKO. Impeccable finish, but nothing to write home about. Super reliable inner workings and well protected from outside influence. I'd give it an A. As always, the X for Prospects mark placed just above 6 o'clock irritates me to no end. Together with the words automatic and Divers 200 and SEIKO at 1200. The watch face looks too ordinary or common. But then again, this is no 5-figure watch. It is a perfect rendition of the Captain Willard and well worth the price. If I were you though, I'd first check out our blog for the new King Turtle Prospect series before making a decision.